Here are Grandpa's 33 survival and bushcraft hacks you probably didn't know. Make a rock oven with flat stones. Ever thought you could bake in the wilderness? According to Grandpa, you can with just a few flat stones. This simple bushcraft technique uses stones to trap heat and cook food evenly. Start by finding several flat stones and stacking them into a small circle or square, creating an oven shape. Build a fire inside the stone structure and let it burn until the rocks are hot. Place your food in the center and cover with stones to bake it thoroughly. It's an old-school hack that works like a charm in survival situations. Use charred cloth for fire starting. One of Grandpa's timeless hacks is making charred cloth, an incredibly effective fire starter. The charring process turns cotton into a material with a low ignition temperature, making it ideal for catching even the smallest spark. To make charred cloth, cut 100% cotton fabric into small pieces, place them in a metal tin with a tiny hole in the lid, and heat it over a fire. Once smoke stops escaping, let the tin cool. This lightweight, reliable fire starter is perfect for survival situations. Turn a soda can tab into a fishing hook. A soda can tab can be easily transformed into a functional fishing hook in survival situations. The aluminum tab is lightweight and durable, making it perfect for crafting improvised tools. To make one, use a multi-tool or knife to cut off the round end of the tab, leaving the straight edge intact. Sharpen the cut edge to create a hook point and bend it slightly to form the hook shape. With this quick fix, you'll be ready to fish, even without standard gear. Use tree resin as waterproof glue or fire starter. Tree resin, particularly from pine trees, is incredibly versatile in survival situations. To use it as waterproof glue, collect resin by cutting into the tree bark and allowing it to drip into a container. Once hardened, heat it over a low flame until it becomes pliable. Apply the sticky resin to cracks in shelters, containers, or tools for a waterproof seal. As a fire starter, simply ignite a glob of resin. Its high flammability makes it ideal for starting fires, even in damp conditions. Pine needles to make vitamin C tea. Pine needles are packed with vitamin C, which is essential in survival to prevent scurvy and boost your immune system. To make pine needle tea, first gather fresh, green needles from a pine tree. Rinse them thoroughly to remove any dirt or debris. Next, chop the needles into small pieces to release their oils. Bring water to a boil, remove from heat, and add the needles. Let them steep for 10 to 15 minutes before straining. The resulting tea provides a refreshing, nutrient-rich drink in the wild. Fish scales can reflect for signaling. Fish scales can serve as a natural signaling tool in survival situations due to their reflective surface. After cleaning your catch, save the scales by flattening them carefully with a tool or your hand. You can string several together with twine, creating a small reflective panel. Alternatively, attach them to a stick or clothing to reflect sunlight. Position the scales in direct sunlight, moving them to create flashes of light that could be seen by rescuers or passing aircraft, increasing your chances of being spotted. Soap zippers to prevent freezing. In freezing conditions, zippers can become stuck due to moisture buildup. To prevent this, rub a bar of soap along the zipper teeth, which acts as a lubricant and water repellent. Simply run the soap up and down both sides of the zipper to ensure an even coating. This prevents ice from forming, keeping your zippers functional in cold weather. This hack works for jackets, tents, and sleeping bags, ensuring your gear stays accessible in extreme conditions. For added protection, store gear in a dry place overnight. Acorn cap whistle for signaling. An acorn cap can be turned into a whistle for emergency signaling. To make one, find a large, clean acorn cap. Hold the cap between your thumbs, with the hollow side facing you, and form a V shape with your thumbs over the opening. Blow through the gap where your thumbs meet. With practice, this produces a loud, high-pitched whistle that can be heard over long distances. A simple, natural tool can help signal rescuers or communicate with others if you're lost in the wilderness. Light a crayon as a candle. A wax crayon can be used as a temporary candle, burning for about 30 minutes. To use, stand the crayon upright on a stable, non-flammable surface and light the paper wrapper like a wick. The crayon's wax acts as fuel, keeping the flame going. In emergency situations, this provides a quick source of light when other options are unavailable. As a tip, if possible, use multiple crayons in succession for longer-lasting light, or place several in different locations to brighten a larger area. Birch bark makes excellent tinder. Birch bark is a highly effective fire starter due to its natural oils, which allow it to ignite even when wet. To use, peel thin strips of bark from a birch tree, focusing on the loose outer layers. Create small shavings by scraping the inner bark, which catch fire easily. Place these shavings beneath larger pieces of bark and kindling. Once ignited, the bark burns hot and steady, making it ideal for starting a campfire quickly. Collect birch bark whenever possible, as it's a reliable tinder source in any weather. Build a Dakota fire hole for low smoke. A Dakota fire hole provides a low-smoke, highly efficient fire. To make one, dig 2 holes about a foot apart and 12 to 18 inches deep. Connect the holes with a tunnel near the bottom. Start your fire in one hole. The second serves as an air intake, increasing combustion while reducing smoke. This method produces a hotter flame, conserves fuel, and is discreet. For best results, position the holes downwind to control airflow and use the setup for cooking or staying warm without attracting unwanted attention. Duct tape for containers or repairs. Duct tape is an incredibly versatile tool for making emergency containers or quick repairs. To craft a container, layer strips of duct tape, sticky side up in a cross pattern, then fold the edges to form a water-resistant pouch. It can also be used to patch torn tents, fix broken tools, or mend clothing. Durable and waterproof, it's a must-have for any survival kit. Here's a pro tip from Grandpa. Wrap duct tape around a water bottle or trekking pole to save space in your pack and have it readily available. Collect dew with cloth for drinking water. In survival situations, dew can provide a reliable source of drinking water. Use a clean cloth or shirt to wipe dew off grass, leaves, or rocks during early morning when condensation is highest. Once soaked, wring the cloth into a container or directly into your mouth. While it may not collect large amounts, it can provide enough hydration in arid environments. To maximize your collection, use multiple cloths and target areas where condensation gathers in greater amounts, like tall grasses or shaded areas. Make a torch with animal fat. Grandpa said that animal fat can be repurposed into a torch for light and warmth. First, gather fat from a game animal and a sturdy stick. Wrap a cloth or moss tightly around the stick's top, then coat it with the animal fat until fully saturated. Light the fat-coated material, and the torch will burn steadily, providing light for several hours, depending on the fat used. This technique not only creates light, but also repels insects. Adding additional fat periodically extends the burning time for longer treks. Sharpen knives with a ceramic mug. A ceramic mug can serve as an impromptu knife sharpener when no sharpening stone is available. Flip the mug upside down to expose the unglazed bottom ring. Hold the knife at a slight angle and slide the blade along the ceramic in even strokes, alternating sides to maintain balance. The abrasive surface is perfect for honing the blade back to sharpness. This trick works well for pocket knives and other small blades, making it a practical hack when you're out in the wilderness without proper tools. Use a magnifying glass to start a fire. A magnifying glass can start a fire by focusing sunlight into a small, intense beam. Hold the magnifying glass at an angle so that sunlight passes through and concentrates onto dry tinder, such as leaves or bark. Adjust the position until a bright point of light appears and hold steady until the tinder starts to smoke. Gently blow on the ember to ignite a flame. This method is a great way to preserve matches or lighters. For best results, use it on clear, sunny days. Chapstick extends flames on cotton. Chapstick can be used to extend the burn time of cotton balls, making it an excellent fire starter. Rub a generous amount of chapstick onto the cotton, coating it thoroughly. When lit, the waxy substance in the chapstick will slow down the burn rate, giving you a longer-lasting flame. This trick is useful when starting a fire in damp conditions or when dry tinder is scarce. Additionally, chapstick is lightweight and easy to carry, making it a dual-purpose item for any survival kit. Paracord for a hammock. Paracord is incredibly strong and versatile, perfect for making a quick, reliable hammock in the wild. To create one, find 2 sturdy trees and cut lengths of paracord. Weave or braid the cord into a net-like structure, ensuring it's tight and evenly distributed. Tie each end securely around the trees, making sure the knots can hold your weight. Paracord's strength and durability make it ideal for supporting you, and its compact size means it's easy to carry. Headlamp around a bottle makes a lantern. You can turn your headlamp into a makeshift lantern by wrapping it around a clear water bottle. Simply strap the headlamp with the light facing inward. When turned on, the light will diffuse through the bottle, creating a soft, ambient glow that brightens a larger area compared to the focus beam of the headlamp. This is perfect for illuminating your campsite or tent. For best results, use a full bottle of water, as it helps spread the light more evenly and brightly. Use a bottle as a funnel. In a pinch, an empty bottle can serve as an improvised funnel. Cut off the top section of the bottle with a knife, leaving the neck and opening intact. Use the bottle's narrow opening to pour liquids or small materials like sand or grain into containers with small openings. This hack is particularly helpful when trying to conserve resources or avoid spills in survival situations. Make sure to use a clean bottle, especially if you're handling drinking water or other consumables. Ashes act as natural soap. Wood ashes can be turned into a natural soap-like substance in survival situations. Mix a small amount of ashes with water to create a gritty paste. The alkaline properties in the ashes help break down grease and dirt, making it an effective cleaner for hands, dishes, or even clothing. Scrub the ash paste on the surface you want to clean, then rinse with water. Be cautious when using it on sensitive skin, as the alkaline content can be irritating if left on too long. Pine sap to seal wounds. Pine sap is a natural antiseptic and can be used to seal wounds in survival situations. To use it, clean the wound first, then apply fresh, sticky pine sap directly to the affected area. The sap helps stop bleeding, creates a protective barrier, and prevents infection due to its antibacterial properties. It also forms a waterproof seal, keeping dirt and moisture out. This method is ideal for small cuts and scrapes, providing quick, natural first aid when other medical supplies are unavailable. Aluminum foil can be used as a pot. Aluminum foil is lightweight and versatile, making it a great tool for cooking in the wild. To fashion a pot, fold several layers of foil into a bowl-like shape, ensuring the sides are thick enough to hold water or food. Place the foil pot over hot coals or a low flame to heat liquids or cook simple meals. Although not as durable as traditional cookware, it can serve as an effective temporary solution for boiling water or heating food in survival situations. Always use multiple foil layers for added strength. Tree bark for natural cordage. Certain tree barks, like cedar or willow, can be stripped and used to make natural cordage. To do this, peel long, thin strips of bark and remove the inner fibers. Twist the fibers together, overlapping new strips as needed to create a long, sturdy rope. This bark cordage can be used for tasks like building shelters, crafting snares, or bundling firewood. It's strong, flexible, and biodegradable, making it an eco-friendly survival material. For added durability, braid the fibers tightly to increase their strength. Make a Swedish fire torch with a stump. A Swedish fire torch is an efficient, long-lasting fire made from a stump or thick log. To create one, cut several vertical slits into the top of the log, about 3/4 deep, forming a star pattern. Stuff the gaps with tinder and kindling, then light it. The design allows air to flow through the gaps, keeping the fire burning longer and hotter. This method is excellent for cooking as the flame stays concentrated and controlled. It's also ideal when you want a compact, low-maintenance fire. Store tinder in a dry container. Tinder is crucial for starting fires, so keeping it dry is essential in survival situations. Collect dry tinder, such as birch bark, cotton balls, or grass, and store it in a waterproof container like a plastic bag, tin, or even a small bottle. This ensures that your tinder remains usable even in wet or damp conditions. For an added boost, you can coat the tinder with petroleum jelly to make it more flammable. Having dry tinder on hand can make the difference between a quick fire and struggling in tough conditions. Use a pencil as a tent stake. In a pinch, a simple pencil can be used as an emergency tent stake. To use it, push the pencil into soft ground at the corner of your tent or tarp and tie the guy line securely around the pencil's middle. While not as durable as a traditional stake, the pencil can hold light loads and keep your shelter anchored temporarily. For added stability, you can sharpen the pencil's end for easier ground penetration or place a rock on top to secure it further. Filter water through moss. Moss can serve as a natural water filter in survival situations. To use it, collect a large bundle of clean, fresh moss and place it inside a container or hold it tightly in your hand. Pour water through the moss, allowing it to trap larger particles, dirt, and debris. While moss won't filter out harmful bacteria or viruses, it can significantly improve water clarity before further purification through boiling or chemical treatment. This makes moss a useful first step in creating safer drinking water. Keep insects away with ash. Did you know that wood ashes can help repel insects in the wild? Sprinkle ashes around your campsite, sleeping area, or directly on your skin to deter mosquitoes, ants, and other pests. The alkaline properties of ash make it an effective, natural insect repellent, disrupting the pest's environment. Additionally, spreading ash around food or gear can help prevent insects from infesting your supplies. While it's not a permanent solution, ash offers a simple and accessible way to manage insects when commercial repellents are unavailable. Create a water still with plastic. You can create a solar water, still using a sheet of plastic to collect clean drinking water. Dig a hole in the ground, place a container in the center, and cover the hole with plastic, securing the edges with rocks. Place a small weight in the center of the plastic to create a dip above the container. The sun will cause moisture in the soil to evaporate, condense on the plastic, and drip into the container. This method provides a simple way to produce drinkable water using only sunlight. Paracord guts for fishing line or snares. The inner strands, or guts of paracord, can be used as lightweight yet strong fishing line or snares in survival situations. To use, strip the outer casing of the paracord to access the thin internal strands. For fishing, tie a hook to one of the strands and bait it to catch small fish. For snares, use the strands to create traps for small game, tying slip knots to secure your catch. These versatile strands are strong enough to support survival tasks while remaining compact and easy to carry. Fold birch bark into a cup. Birch bark can be folded into a sturdy, waterproof cup for drinking or collecting water. To make one, find a piece of birch bark large enough to form a cup. Gently fold the edges upward, creating a cone or square shape, and secure the edges by poking small holes and threading thin twigs or cordage through them. The natural oils in birch bark help it remain waterproof. This simple, portable container is ideal when you need a quick way to carry water or gather liquids in the wild. Wrap duct tape around a water bottle. Wrapping duct tape around a water bottle is a clever way to save space and have it easily accessible in survival situations. Simply wrap several feet of duct tape around the body of your water bottle, making sure to keep the layers flat and even. This way, you'll have duct tape handy for quick repairs, makeshift containers, or even first aid without taking up extra room in your pack. Additionally, the tape stays dry and intact, ready to be used when needed. Cattail heads for insulation or tinder. Cattail heads are incredibly versatile in the wild, offering both insulation and tinder. To use them for insulation, fluff up the soft, cotton-like material inside the cattail heads and stuff it into clothing, blankets, or boots for added warmth. The material traps heat effectively, making it a natural insulator. For tinder, break apart the cattail head and use the fluffy material to ignite a spark or flame. It catches fire easily, making it an ideal fire starter, even in damp conditions. Steel wool and battery for fire starting. Steel wool and a battery can be combined to start a fire quickly. To do this, stretch a small amount of fine steel wool into a thin strip. Touch both ends of the steel wool to the positive and negative terminals of a 9-volt battery. The electrical current will cause the steel wool to heat up and ignite. Place the glowing wool into your tinder bundle and gently blow to kindle the flame. This clever method by Grandpa works even in wet or windy conditions, making it a reliable fire starter. For more contents like this, click here to subscribe.